It was a quiet February afternoon, the kind where winter still lingers but a promise of warmth floats subtly in the air. As Valentine's Day approached, the world buzzed with roses, chocolate boxes, and grand gestures of affection. Yet, far away from the public eye, in the stillness of a private music studio in Istanbul, something more intimate, more enduring was taking form, a song straight from the heart. Kerem, the Turkish heartthrob known for his magnetic screen presence and grounded persona, surprised everyone not with a film or a campaign, but with music. And not just any music, a personal composition, created and written entirely by him, dedicated to someone very special. On February 14th, when the world celebrates love in its many forms, Kerem sat behind a piano and poured his soul into a melody that had been living inside him for months. The song, tentatively titled Eyes That Know My Silence, is more than a romantic ballad. It's a window into the deepest corners of a man's soul, an artist's silent ode to love, to longing, to connection. While he hasn't explicitly named anyone, fans and close followers were quick to speculate. The lyrics, the subtle references, and the emotional tone all pointed in one direction: Hande Erçel. Their history is known to all. The on-screen chemistry that spilled over into real life, the whirlwind romance that made headlines across continents, and the eventual quiet that followed. But this song reignited the conversation, not through gossip, but through poetry. Kerem recorded the demo version on his phone, with nothing but a piano and a single microphone. No producers. No studio magic. Just him, a dimly lit room, and emotions too powerful to ignore. He later shared a snippet of the track on his Instagram story. A simple caption read, "For the one who hears even when I don't speak." Within minutes, the internet exploded. Comments flooded in. Is this for Hande? You two are meant to be. This is the most beautiful thing you've ever shared. Fans dissected every line. In your eyes, I saw the echoes of my fears. And in your hands, I found the home I lost for years. You never asked me to be perfect. Just real, and that was enough. These were not just lyrics, they were revelations. And suddenly, a man known for scripts and dialogue was speaking in a language far more vulnerable. Music. Sources close to Kerem confirmed that he had been writing the song over several months, often retreating to the countryside to reflect, write, and heal. It wasn't planned as a release. It wasn't a PR stunt. It was, as one friend put it, Kerem in his truest form, raw, unfiltered, in love. Speculation grew when a well-known Turkish radio station claimed to have received an official version of the track with studio production in progress. Could this mean Kerem is preparing for a music release? Could acting be taking a back seat to a new chapter in music? Or is this a one-time message, a sealed love letter in the form of melody? Hande Erçel, for her part, remained silent. She neither reposted nor commented. But 2 days later, she was seen wearing a necklace that closely resembled the motif mentioned in the chorus, a golden wing with no chain, a metaphor for love that sets you free. This subtle gesture sent fans into overdrive. Suddenly, every move, every post, every outfit became a potential clue. And while neither of them confirmed anything, the air around them pulsed with poetic tension. In the days that followed, Kerem's song became more than a viral moment. Music blogs praised its vulnerability. Psychologists discussed its emotional maturity. Even fellow celebrities shared it, some with captions like, "This is how you love with silence." The song became a conversation, not just about celebrity romance, but about what it means to express love in a world that often demands perfection and noise. Here was a man, adored by millions, choosing imperfection, intimacy, and quiet truth. One music critic wrote, Kerem didn't just compose a song. He built a sanctuary, for himself, for her, for anyone who's ever loved deeply and lost quietly. Whether this composition marks a reunion, a farewell, or simply an artistic tribute remains to be seen. But in a world spinning with spectacle, this quiet, melodic confession reminded us all, real love doesn't always scream. Sometimes, it sings. A deeper look into the lyrics. Kerem's lyrics are rich with emotional layering and metaphor. While on the surface, they may resemble a love poem, each line carries a weight of personal experience and reflection. Music theorists have pointed out the clever use of minor keys that mirror melancholy and unresolved emotions, suggesting an internal conflict or longing. One recurring phrase, "the storm behind your smile," is especially powerful. Analysts believe this is a reference to the times Hand appeared joyful in public while navigating personal turmoil. The line, "I counted every silence like stars," could also indicate a timeline, perhaps the months they spent apart. The metaphors are not only poetic but intimate, suggesting knowledge only someone deeply involved could understand. The song's journey, from seclusion to viral fame. Interestingly, the song was not initially meant for public ears. Kerem reportedly played it for a small circle of friends during a gathering in Bodrum. One friend recorded a segment, with his permission, which later surfaced online, leading to massive fan demand for a full version. Feeling the emotional impact it had created, Kerem decided to release a teaser. Within 24 hours, the video amassed over 8 million views on Instagram alone. The attention prompted several Turkish and international music producers to reach out, offering to collaborate or even produce a full-length album. But sources close to him say Kerem is hesitant. This was not a career move, it was catharsis. He was sharing a truth, not launching a brand. Reactions from the industry and beyond. Kerem's co-stars, past and present, shared the song with heartfelt messages. Some described the track as a soulful masterpiece. A well-known film director commented, "He's not just a talented actor, he's an artist in every sense." Turkish pop icon Tarkan even reposted the song with a fire emoji and the comment, "Bravo." International reactions followed. Spanish and Italian fan pages translated the lyrics, while Brazilian followers turned them into poetic Instagram reels. One Colombian magazine ran a 2-page spread, calling it the most honest love story told through music this year. How Hand's silence speaks volumes. Although Hand has yet to make a formal statement, her silence is not empty. Her social media has subtly reflected themes aligned with the song, posts about growth, healing, reflection. One image of a piano with dried rose petals garnered over 1 million likes and thousands of comments speculating about its hidden meaning. She also posted a quote in her story shortly after the song's release, "Sometimes love isn't about being loud. Sometimes it's about listening." Many took it as an indirect nod to Kerem's gesture. Behind the music, Kerem's personal evolution. Those close to Kerem note that the past 2 years have been transformative for him. He's reportedly engaged in therapy, journaling, and exploring other creative outlets like photography and poetry. Music, for him, was the next step in emotional release. He studied piano during the pandemic and began writing lyrics during quiet nights in isolation. His friends mentioned that this wasn't about proving his talent, it was about finding his voice. A voice that wasn't scripted, edited, or rehearsed. A voice that was authentically his. A new era for celebrity expression? Some cultural critics are now discussing what Kerem's move means for celebrity culture. In an age where most public figures are tightly managed and curated, such an honest, vulnerable act feels revolutionary. It represents a shift from perfection to authenticity, from performance to presence. What comes next? Will Kerem record more music? Will Hand respond in kind, with a message, a video, perhaps even her own creative gesture? As of now, all remains speculation. But what is certain is this: on Valentine's Day, while others gave flowers and gifts, Kerem gave something timeless, a piece of his heart, in melody. And in doing so, he reminded us that love, at its best, is not a transaction or spectacle. It is art. It is vulnerability. It is truth.